connecting to an Oracle database. This is my client installation on my Windows machine. And I'm going to go into what's called the Oracle home directory for this client installation. Every home directory has a network and an admin layer. And in there is a TNS names ORA file. This is essentially a stored database connection string. It gives it a name called test12c, which allows me to connect across this protocol on this IP address to a database listening on this listener port. So here we have my server. I'm going to go into the home directory on this one, HOME. As you can see there, it says DB home as opposed to client. This is an enterprise database installation, or a database installation. And I'm going to go into the network directory, admin, and in here I will find TNS names. And I will also find a file called listener. You'll notice that the port number, the host name, and the protocol match between these two files. So this file is going to have a conversation with this listener process on this server, and this listener process is listening on this server. So the listener and the TNS names file, also on the server we have a TNS names file. And we actually have to type a command in to tell Linux what to do with that file, as in type it to the screen or just run it. Not an executable file. So there's the TNS name. So I now run a utility called TNS ping on the server, and I can do that. I should be able to do the same thing from a DOS window running on my Windows computer, not my server, to also talk to that database. I can also run SQL+, and I can say system @ talk through that stored connection string, type in the password I assigned for that user, and there I am. Lots of interesting stuff in there. The other thing I want to show you is SQL Developer, very quickly. So here is SQL Developer. I have a connection set up already. Let me go click on the right mouse button, click Properties. As you can see, we have a whole bunch of connection strings here. This is for various things, including clients and an old 11G database that I have on another server that is turned off. Here's my 12C database. I can put in the sys user, the password, save it, so on and so forth. I can save it. Obviously I have to type the password in. I typed it incorrectly. And I can test it. I can connect it. And this tool is great because it allows me to open a window. Well, I just opened two there by mistake. And do exactly the same thing I did before. And then I can go in and look at all the database objects as well. Let's get rid of the messages log. For instance, I'm currently logged in as sys, so I'm going to click on other users. As you can see, I have a bunch of users I've created here from old applications. I'm looking at tables and all sorts of things in this database. But we will focus on PLSQL on this course.